Hello, everyone, and welcome to the darkness. We're here to show a little bit of Borderlands 4. We're gonna join the video in progress because it's a very tight and specific section of the game that they are letting people capture and show right now. This is a section. Well, they say it's about 4 hours. Roughly 4 hours into the campaign. I think that's gonna, depending on side missions and all that other stuff, 4 hours in a shooter, action, RPG, whatever kind of thing, can probably be a lot longer, or maybe even shorter for some players. But what we're gonna see here is. Well, they've got here's a they don't really deal in approved statements in preview stuff here, but after arriving in the Fade Fields, the player Vault Hunter has teamed up with the Crimson Resistance in their fight against Idolator Sol, one of the Timekeeper's lieutenants. Now the player is taking the fight to Sol's fortress. So we're going to check out kind of the back part of this specific mission. It is a boss fight, so if you want to stay completely spoiler free, then I guess know that going in. It's Borderlands 4. I as I say at the end of the video, I will have a lot more to say about the game pretty soon here. It's out kind of right around the corner. But the focus really is on this specific mission, which is interesting. I guess I'll say, in the context of this mission and no other part of the game, I think there's some neat mobility stuff here that you'll see. Air dashes and ground pounds and gliding and double jumps, and like there's the mobility they've shown in the trailers, I think is you'll see some of that here, and I'll talk about that a little bit when we get to it. And of course, weapon variety is a thing. Again, in the context of this mission we are seeing right here, you'll see some guns and some looting and that sort of thing. But look, we'll have plenty of time to talk a lot more about Borderlands 4 right around the corner. So here's a chunk of this game running on PC. I will say, I've had this. Oh man, I've had my daughter is back here. She's gonna fall asleep any minute now. Because I'm recording this, I had to record the whole thing again because it's driver troubles, and one PC wasn't doing anything right and the other one isn't. So the one thing I will also say, is that there are a couple sequences in this video where you might see it get a little framey. I believe that is straight up due to the capture process, and that the game runs mostly smoothly. I do call out one point where the game does hitch up, and that is definitely the game. But again, it's not quite out. This is not quite a final version of the game. That is my understanding of hey, in this day and age, everyone's got their day one patch, right? And it was just on the podcast this week we were talking about Unreal Engine 5, right? But yeah, just with that caveat, because the way I had to capture it tonight was not ideal, but I've got her back there, and this is how we're doing it. So here's some Borderlands 4, and we'll talk more about it in the very near future. Okay, here we are. We're inside.
The look of a man ready to do something foolish,
and ready to find somebody, this Idolator Sol guy, and give him the business.
Look, what I said to you before.
No, you were right. I spent centuries at the Timekeeper's side. His coldness seeped into me. I'm still defrosting.
I'll let you hear some of the dialogue here, because that's obviously, I think that's...
Sol's airships is preparing to launch. Stop it.
And then Sol himself. I'm gonna hold you to your your promise, Vault Hunter?
Just leave it to me.
You defended the Outbounders. You killed my spy master. You took Sandra from me. And now you desecrate my fortress with your stench. Defiance is weakness. Rebellion is desperation.
So you notice, like, you know,
The Timekeeper was right about your kind.
not super jokey dialogue. Which is, you know, I think that's basically what they've said that they're going for is, well, you know, it's like they've said that they're going for humor, you know, but it's a delicate way they've spoken about this game in relation to Borderlands 3, which I'll tell you, really didn't like Borderlands. I really did not like Borderlands 3. Just the character classes available, the like dang near everything about that game. How it was written was certainly a low point for the game, but not its only flaw. For a grenade, I currently have these throwing knives, which are pretty cool, especially the frequency with which you deal with flying enemies here in this mission. Being able to just hit them with that is useful. And stuff recharges pretty quickly, like the cooldowns on stuff. You know, I have 3 charges with this knife, and it's pretty effective to boot. So this gun brand, the gun has to charge up before it starts shooting, so you can have to hold down the trigger a little bit to fill that meter below it. What do we got here? Yeah, all right. I'll shoot people instead of looking at guns, if we must. Healing is done manually. You equip a healing item, and I've got that on left on the D-pad, so I can just kind of punch that when I need it. I'll tell you right now, I am very good at forgetting to do that. I would say, well, I was about to say something that was not about this mission, and so I won't. In this mission, we're shooting these guys, and I'm trying to use this shotgun, which seems very effective. You know, I think that's... So there's I think the other thing they've tried to focus on in some of the trailers and stuff is this idea of increased mobility. And I wonder, you know, I've never had great luck with shotguns in most games really, but in Borderlands games, you know, they're just not the range that you fight at in Borderlands more often than not is not always conducive. And I guess some of that is going to be class specific, right? You're going to maybe feel a certain type of way about your attack range if you're a character with more close-up abilities or whatever. Come on. I think we can take care of this. Yeah, we're good.
You didn't think we were finished, did you?
But they've talked a lot about, you know, like they've shown mobility in the trailers. Yeah, she's. You might be able to hear my daughter on the microphone a little bit here. She's back there watching some television because I have to record this video at night. And so we have this ground pound. You know, you have a double jump and then also a glide, so we can go pop, 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 and then burn a meter that way. And you know, that's handy in this mission and nowhere else. I'm not talking about anywhere, and I'm not talking about any other part of the game. Enhancements, guns with Jacob license parts. So you'll find, yeah, these items that are kind of specific to types of weapons and stuff. You know, you're equipping your weapon slots. You have your grenade. You have a healing item, so you're kind of upgrading that healing item as you go. Enhancement, which is sort of a gun-specific thing with some of these fun... Like, I don't know that I have any Ripper guns equipped here. In fact, you know, okay, that one's a Ripper gun. But I believe these other status effects apply to all guns and not just Ripper guns. I hope they do. I don't know. We've got our shield, and then your what is this? Like your class slot. So
you should be approaching Sol's airship now, Vault Hunter.
I think, you know, players of previous Borderlands games, you know, probably have a pretty good idea what most of that stuff is and means. I wish, you know, like you find this gun and you're like, okay, I only want to equip one pistol because ammo is kind of kept separately. And you're like, is this better? And it's like the DPS is lower. So I guess I'll just loot it as junk and move on. That gun had like an interesting secondary mode. Like this one's got, by default, it's just, you know, a single shot, you know, rifle. But if I tap down the D-pad in here, it will double up for more. Do I have any other guns that have secondaries? So that goes from full auto to rockets. You know, there were a lot of weird guns in Borderlands games in the past. I think that what I'm seeing here in this mission.
There, up ahead. That's Sol's airship. It's the same type that struck the Outbounders before. If it launches, there's no way they'll survive again.
Is it, you know, like if you look at these guns that I have equipped here, like it really feels like kind of a mix between, you know, making those, like the manufacturers seem to give set profiles to the style of weapon you'll be using. You know the Jacobs rifles are going to be the old-timey Western, you know, like a revolver for a pistol, for example. A 6-shot sort of thing.
I can't cancel the launch from here, and there's no way to get you inside. Get closer somehow. That's your only hope for stopping it.
But you do get some of that variance of like, oh, okay, you know, this secondary fire mode is going to do this thing and this thing, and I would say it is a somewhat different approach to gun variety. Leave me alone, lady. I'm trying to shoot people in the face. Okay. All right, we did that.
Well done. There's no sense attempting to blow up the ship. You've turned to goo along with it.
Maybe I want to turn to goo.
Docking clamps. That should sabotage the launch sequence and buy you time to take down Sol.
Okay, where are we? Ah. So it's not really a swing grappling hook, it's more of a pull you in a direction. That guy just walked through that wall. Good stuff. It's more of a walk, more of a drag you to a position sort of grappling hook that I was able to use there to get up. And I'm also able to use it to complete this objective.
First time's down.
Good. Now hurry to the others. We're cutting it close, Vault Hunter. Do not let that airship launch.
All right. Let's. How about a? Oh, I killed that guy. I was gonna give him the knife. I'm a long-range knife. Something kind of satisfying about throwing knives. that can travel that kind of distance. Okay, I'm tired of doing this distant shooting. We're going to go over there and give them the business. I'm gonna hit my action skill thing here, which gives me these shoulder turrets. And you can spec in some different directions with this thing, you know, to again, whether you want to, you can have it impact your crit chance and crit abilities, or make it so you use less ammo when firing your own guns while it's active. Come on now. I am playing a little fast and loose. And maybe, you know, going down slightly more frequently than I should be. Oh, great. A shielded turret. Turret's the bane of my existence in this mission. Oh, it was just a shield. Let me stand here and shoot you in the face for a while. Let me heal and then continue to shoot you in the face for a while. Thank you. Okay, good. This is on normal difficulty. And it's running on PC. With everything turned all the way up. Now, worth noting again, this I don't believe this is the final. I don't believe this is quite the final build. But it is probably extremely close. Okay. That's the last one of those. I've been critical of games with loot filters in the past and setting up like elaborate rules for loot and which ones you automatically grab and which ones you automatically dump and everything, but have you seen all these items and all this, you know, like this gun? It's a common item. It's not, you know, like I want to take it and sell it because I love money. Even though when I think about other, also you can do an air dash. When I think about other Borderlands games and the relationship they have with money, money is practically useless. There's something up there. And the knife, you know, like any good knife, it drops, you know, bombs when it goes off, so. Now, see, we've got some different guns to think about here. 370 is higher than this. It's still a Jacobs, but it's got a TDOR. So TDOR is the ones that throw. Okay, so this one still throws on it. That's weird. I have not been a fan of the license, the way they've done the gun manufacturer stuff in previous Borderlands games. Because I think it's sometimes, as in Borderlands 3 especially, I think it led to a feeling of like all these guns are kind of the same. These guns we're seeing here haven't really seemed that way to me. You know, like, oh, except I almost just killed myself by throwing that gun, which is good. Good stuff. Good stuff, me. We leveled up. Let's go look at that, I guess. So we're level 22 here. I've been speccing in this direction. you know, different versions of your action or different action skills and skill trees associated with them. If you're into that sort of thing, I went with the shoulder cannons because they seemed good, and I feel right, and I feel right about that. When moving, shots have a chance to ricochet. This chance is doubled when sliding. I do enjoy sliding. Indirect projectiles gain lifesteal. I'm pretty sure indirect projectiles means like thrown guns and your shoulder cannons and anything that pops off a grenade. Maybe well, lifesteal seems useful as someone who keeps forgetting to use the healing. Lifesteal sounds all right. This ricochet thing sounds okay. Indirect projectiles deal bonus incendiary damage. We're going to go with lifesteal. When it comes to Borderlands, a lot of my choices are always informed by Borderlands 1, where I played the guy with the turret, who was the most survivable solo character, I feel like, in the history of the franchise. Maybe you could spec some of the other ones a different way, and maybe someone would argue with that. I did not play that. Again, Borderlands 3, ask me anything. I couldn't tell you anything about any of the classes in Borderlands 3 right now at all. But that turret, you plop that turret down, and if you're spec'd appropriately, like, that turret is going to heal you, like, really well, so... And so I'm a sucker for abilities in Borderlands that make it so I don't have to think about my life. You know, just in general. These crits crit pretty good, gotta say. What do we got here? Heavy. You know what? I'm going to equip this real quick so you can see it. On account of it's weird. Okay, we can't use it yet. 20 seconds here. But it replaced my grenade slot. So, you know, I had knives in my grenade slot. Well, now I apparently have some sort of gun in my grenade slot. All right, what? Oh, man. These guys are always throwing turrets behind you, and it's not nice of them. What is this? That's probably not good. All right, we'll run away from that. Jeez. Okay, let's try this. So this is what my grenade slot does now. Oh, I don't like that at all. Yeah. Let's get back here and put the knives back on, because honestly, what am I doing? Mark as junk. Ah, come on. There we go. All right, let's run around here and let's try this pistol out. I don't know. I don't really... the pistol, I'm not really a big fan of this current pistol. I'm kind of maintaining that bottom slot is either like pistol or sniper rifle, depending on, you know, what I get at a given time. And it's a class mod for not my class. Classic. Again, classic Borderlands. Here's some loot you can't use. I was talking about shotguns earlier. I feel like they are, and this one's getting old, so it is a little dated for the level of these enemies. But the thing I'll say is the shotguns feel better than I remember shotguns in these games generally being. And I wonder if that is a factor of the increased mobility. They're like, hey, you know, it's a lot easier to get up in someone's face if you want to. So, like, I had another life meter. I was not paying close enough attention. You, help me. Thank you. Yeesh. So much for life steal. Okay. Alright, how many guns popped out of this weirdo? Nope. But, you know, like I was saying, if I could set up some loot rules like, hey, man, if all of these items are lower DPS than the type of weapon I currently have equipped, just loot it as junk, man. Make it go away. Like, I over the last few minutes here in this mission, I feel like you spend a lot of time staring at the ground at guns and looking at numbers and going like, what is this what I want? Do I want this or no? Or like, no, right? This is terrible. Okay. Oh, more fighting.
Don't try and get fancy now.
Feels like we're never getting that many enemies at a time here. Like, if you look at this, like, it's like, here's 3 guys. And then, I don't know, here's 3 more guys. And then here's 3 more guys. Oh, that time it was just the 3 guys. Is this gonna... No, right? That's not... Did I go the wrong way? Is there a... Yeah, okay. Alright, we'll go around this way. We'll jump up here. We'll mantle. We'll run. Jump across that gap. Get some ammo just in case. And here we are. What if I had some more ammo just in case? Little hitch there. Like I said, you know, not quite final. We were talking about Unreal Engine 5 on the podcast this week, were we? I think it's really funny, like, Borderlands 1 feels like a game where they, you know, because that game went through so many changes and graphical changes and all that other stuff. I assume that they, you know, whatever, they were making it up as they went along in a lot of ways. And one of the things they did that became a kind of a Borderlands thing, I think this was in 1, it wasn't just a 2 thing, is all of the bosses, anytime you go into a big boss fight, you are dropping down into a pit. And it really feels like one of those video gamey, like, solutions of, oh, shit. People are able to jump out of the boss area in the middle of the boss fight. We can't have that. What are we going to do? And someone was like, put it in a pit that they can't jump out of. Put a big hole before the boss fight. Lower the geometry down of the boss arena so they can't get out of it. And everyone was like, genius. We get to go home and see our family because that idea was so good. Or something. And it's still, I don't know. Here we are. Now, what were those guys doing there that they were like cool with this up until this moment. Where they're like, oh, I thought we were hanging out, and then he grabbed one of this guy next to me and crushed him. And then, I don't know, it turned into super armor? I don't know, man. What?
May we rule forever.
Again, in here in this mission, relatively serious dialogue kind of throughout. Which makes me wonder if that's part of why they chose this part of the game. Well, look, we're only talking about this mission. Okay, so I had to throw that thing at that dude to make him vulnerable, and now we're gonna shoot bullets at him and throw knives into his face. And why not pull my turrets out too while we're at it? Let's see if we can take care of this guy. Oh, he's invulnerable. He's not taking any more damage. We got to throw another one at him. What are these blades? What do you think about these blades? I don't care how giant you are, man. Someone throws a knife into your face, even if it's a small knife. That's not a good. You're not stoked about that. That one. We missed, but he's already vulnerable already, so. He's walking over here. This guy's walking over here. I don't like that. I should leave that guy alive in case I need him to revive myself. Oh, he's... Okay, he was trying to get his armor back, but instead we killed the guy he was going to use to get armor. Oh, he really doesn't like that. Man, wow. That just oh god. Probably need to be over here, huh? Yeah. I need to stay on that. He's invincible right now anyway, so it's fine. I can just focus on where I need to stand and some of these guys a little bit. Get over there. Are we done with? Okay, all right. Make your things drop. No, you're gonna. Okay. Ah. Okay. Here come these things. We need. We need the beeping one. Where's that one at? That one. Give me that. Okay. Oh, is he? What is? Oh. He's shooting me. I don't like that. Where's the... Oh, okay. I should have, if I was like I was watching him do that animation and I was like, well, I dodged the thing. But apparently he throws an extra little something on it here at the end of the fight. So here, how about we just do that? A little bit of that for you too. And there you have it. That's Borderlands 4. Yeah, I know, right? Nope. Nope. Here we are, the true Borderlands Honey, I am experiencing the true Borderlands experience. Please. Enjoy your television show. What do we got? Okay, a 410 shotgun. That's This shotgun I've had is, well, the numbers are higher, right? I mean, and the thing, you know, going through the leveling curve of any game, you're going to be throwing weapons away all the time. How's this thing shoot? Oh, that's a weird... Like, that last shotgun felt like when I was aiming down sights on it, it was almost like railgun-like. Like, it just didn't feel like... Oh, great. Cool. It's the highest tier rarity imaginable, and it is a class item for not my class. Thanks, Borderlands. So yeah, you know, the true Borderlands experience. Class mods for not your class. Go put that in your bank for when you start a siren. What do we got here? 213. Alt-fire railgun. That does sound fun. Sticky magazine fires sticky gyro jets that explode on reload or when switching modes. It's such a lower DPS, but this thing sounds interesting. I'll equip it just so we can look at it here, because this is this is the end of our time with the game. But I mean, you don't have a lot of these, you know. But you do have a railgun. That's neat. What's this? What's this? On top of this pile of goo. No, let me get on the pile of goo so I can stare at this gun. Oh my god. Unable to collect item on account of goo. Okay. No. Is that better than our pistol? It is not. Loot as junk. Sell that to a vending machine. Anything else here? Or is this all money and whatever? Anyway, you know, so I like the mobility. I don't think, you know, like they put in this slide and a kind of a quick jump out of it. And the double jump and glide and the air dash. The air dash is actually handy. You know, if you saw me using it in this mission, the air dash can help you get out of some bad situations. You know, like when people are throwing grenades or you need to, you know, very quickly kind of get behind cover or whatever. You can also back dash. You can forward dash in the air, but you can side dash on the ground. You cannot dash forward on the ground, but you can do a quick jump into dash. The ground pound, I don't know. You'll notice in that mission I don't think I used it on an enemy a single time. With all of the other weapons at my disposal, I just don't know that I found a spot to use it here. But it's there. Maybe if you were up really high and you wanted to, you know, Batman down onto somebody, you could do that. But yeah, that's this mission. You know, there's... I'll tell you, you know, there's... I have played all the stuff leading up to this point, and I have also played some stuff past this point. Before recording this, and so I guess what I will leave you with is there is a lot more to say about Borderlands 4, and I have not finished the game yet, so that's not a... I'm not trying to like wink and nod and talk around something here, but there's kind of a lot of meat here to discuss, I think, when review time comes. It's interesting, you know, like hopefully seeing through this mission and kind of seeing some of the stuff that you can do just gameplay wise, and some of the options around like throwing knives and guns in your grenade slot and some of this other stuff. I feel like there's some interesting diversity there, and you know, it's a loot game, so you're kind of always switching items to whatever's the most powerful anyway, within, you know, within reason. And because of that, you know, like you get opportunities. Like over the course of this mission, we saw a lot of, you know, if those gun rolls had gone differently, we could have changed out any one of these weapons over and over again, you know. And I think, you know, that's true of Destiny 2 when you're on the leveling curve and not doing end game stuff. I think, you know, any one of these games when you're leveling and not build crafting or whatever, you know, that's always going to be true. And so it's nice to have a lot of options that actually feel like it's changing up the gameplay as you're going through it. As someone who played Borderlands 1 with mostly assault and 2 and 2 for sure, and even the moon one, God, with mostly assault rifles, you know, having really powerful other weapons is nice and not guaranteed in games like this. So it's got that going for it. I'll have, like I said, I'll have a lot more to say about it in the relatively near future, because this game's almost out. So that's that. Come on back when the game is very close, even closer to being out, I guess, and we will, or in fact out. I don't know. I have to look at, and we will talk about it some more then. Until then, I'll see you soon. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann. Have a good day. Or night, as the case may be.